Hey moviegoers, Dimitri Panos here. Welcome to the Cinescope, movies under a new lens. In this episode, I will be putting the movie The Life of Chuck underneath the Cinescope. The Life of Chuck is this year's most heartfelt movie, a punch to the solar plexus that you feel in your soul, all the while making you want to dance in multitude. While a movie about death, it never wallows in despair. Instead, it celebrates living and life. Stephen King is not an author whose books are easily cinema adaptable. Only a few have done it consistently well. Granted, GARRIS has had success translating for television. Then there is the likes of REINER, Frank Darabont, and now perhaps definitively is writer-director Mike Flanagan. I've often mentioned how certain directors and actors bond. They're able to speak an unspoken language, i.e. Tom Cruise and Christopher McQuarrie, fantastic example. Mike Flanagan speaks in Stephen King. This is displayed in his screenplay prose and cadence. As a reader of the master of horror, Flanagan understands King's blending of the macabre, the spiritual, the supernatural, the tragic, the hope, the horror, life affirmation, and death. It all balances on a thread, and Flanagan understands this to weave one of the best book-to-cinema adaptations that we've seen. Chuck Krantz is an ordinary man, an accountant whom the universe seemingly is going out of its way to thank him for the memories, sincere and sorrowful, the dancing, loss, and life. The Life of Chuck is perfectly and efficiently told in 3 acts, each act leading into its next, the planting of seeds of information vital to the growth of character and situations. Flanagan ensures the moviegoer will gain not only narrative clarity, but a deeper emotional attachment with each chapter. Mike Flanagan accomplishes all of this with not only accomplished writing, but his direction here is, in my opinion, a career best. And throughout his career, he has built his own Mercury Theater cast. It's his Mercury Cinema Playhouse. If you are a Michael Flanagan fan, as you watch this movie, you'll recognize a lot of familiar faces, talent that has appeared in other Flanagan projects, whether it be a streaming series or theatrical movie, the likes of Mark Hamill, Karen Gillan, Raoul Coley, Violet McGraw, Kate Siegel, Samantha Sloyan, Carl Lumbly. They've all worked with the writer-director before. But new to the team are Tom Hiddleston as Chuck, and making her very huge welcome back to the big screen, Mia Sara as Chuck's Bubala. Earlier, I mentioned the bond between actor and director, and that is on full display here. Flanagan's troupe deliver, I believe, career bests. It's a wonderful demonstration of ensemble acting and casting. No one falters. Each brings to life characters to love and give a damn about. It is a huge, diverse cast, each spread about in all the 3 acts, yet all are in service of the one movie. You've heard the saying, it takes a village. Well, Life of Chuck, here's your village. Other inhabitants include director of photography, Eben Bolter. Each act visually stands out. Bolter creatively and imagistically connects each act. They all share a common visible thread while having their own cinematic life, so to speak. Also, remember when I said Mike Flanagan understands Stephen King's cadence? Then it should be of no surprise here that he edited the movie, knowing not only what to capture, but how it should cut together. Stephen King loves music, and Flanagan recognizes that, and through his editing, The Life of Chuck has a beat and a rhythm, not unlike the music Chuck dances to. Not long after the movie was over, I asked myself, would you have liked The Life of Chuck as much had I watched it in my 20s or say 30s? Well, the simple answer to that is yes. I would have given the movie a positive review. However, today, being a little older, not necessarily wiser, I have encountered life and death of friends and loved ones. The Life of Chuck resonated with me in ways it couldn't have, say, 30 to 40 years ago. I relate to a movie you watched in your 20s. And then you rewatch that same movie, say, many years later, you notice things that perhaps never even occurred to your younger self. And it becomes like watching a movie under a new lens or your eyes. The Life of Chuck was far more emotionally poignant than I anticipated. The movie caught me emotionally off guard, but in the best way that a movie and going to the movies can. The Life of Chuck is one of the year's best and one that should be remembered come award season. And if it isn't, it's a multitude of emotion will stay with me. And lucky for you, you don't get to see me dance. Well, I hope that this swayed you to go see The Life of Chuck if you haven't already. I would love to know what you thought of The Life of Chuck. Also, I know many of you read and are fans of Stephen King. Perhaps you've read the short story or novella in which the movie is based off of. Please, if you have, I'd like to know what you thought of the translation from book to screen. Include any differences you may have thought. Really curious to know what you thought of the movie and what you thought of the book. Also, if you've liked this review, please like, subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And it would mean an awful lot to Chuck. Seriously, it would. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hey, I'll have more reviews in the days and weeks to come. Thank you for clicking in here on the Cinescope.